Today, we are going to move into hair care. We talk about everything self-care, and I am a licensed cosmetologist for over the past 30 years. So I have few things to share in that regard. But I am a hair care specialist. I'm a stylist. I'm kind of full service. I do pretty much everything. But hair care is our jam. Welcome to another video. Welcome to the channel. This is the Bajo channel, home of self-care, wellness, beauty, and any and everything that'll help you to become the best version of yourself. Today, we are going to move into hair care. We talk about everything self-care, and I am a licensed cosmetologist for over the past 30 years. So I have few things to share in that regard. But I am a hair care specialist. I'm a stylist. I'm kind of full service. I do pretty much everything. But hair care is our jam. And it's because a lot of times, as a stylist, and you see how women care for themselves, a lot of times they let their hair kind of deteriorate. And not on purpose. A lot of times they just don't know what to do, or they want certain styles, right? And those styles are not conducive to their hair texture, density, or porosity. And so I want to spend a few weeks actually, just breaking down some of the basic understandings about your hair and how you can care for your hair better. Everybody has different hair textures. I call it the most important three. That's the texture, your density, and your porosity. I'll break all that down as we go along in these different videos, but just remember TDP, texture, density, and porosity. Very important. But everybody has it's different for everybody, right? And so certain things that you ask for, your stylist or whoever is styling your hair, you ask them to do certain things. And even though you may be able to achieve that style, it may not be the best option for you, because over time, your hair is not the best for your hair texture or density or porosity, whatever, either one of the three. And so I want to talk today just about a few things that you can do, right, to build the body and build a life back into your hair. I know that a lot of clients, they do their very best to go to a beauty supply store, or they order certain things, and they just looking for something to either stop their hair from breaking, stopping it from being too dry. They know they have color, so they're trying to do things to kind of be proactive before it does break. They may wear braids, or they may wear different types of styles, and so they're trying their best. But a lot of times, what you are being sold in supply stores or certain things, it is not enough strength in order for it to do you any justice. It's sort of like a mental exercise. You put something on your hair, but it doesn't have enough powerful ingredients to kind of rebuild those bonds that are in your hair. Our hair is made up of these different protein bonds, right? Different types of proteins. And I will break that down as we continue this hair care series. But what happens is, when we're styling our hair, when we're going through certain things in our life, even stress, it breaks down that protein in our hair, and our hair becomes weak. It becomes dry. It starts to shed without stopping. And you notice these things. You know what I mean? You comb your hair, you get a comb full of hair. You styling your hair, and it looks nice and moist, and before you know it, a day or two later, it's like super dry. And I started this conversation by saying you have to understand the type of hair you have. What is your texture? What is your density? What is your porosity? It matters because that's going to dictate what you need for your hair, the styles that you can and cannot get, and the styling tools that you may need or destroy. You may get rid of those certain styling tools that you already have in your repertoire at home, and you're trying to get a certain look, but you're destroying your hair. So, like I said, I've been a stylist for a very long time. And one of the things that I've studied for a very long time is just proteins and how they build, how they moisturize, how they prevent our ends from splitting unnecessarily. And what I wanted to share with you today, a very important element of protein in your hair, and that is amino acids. Amino acids are like, they're essential building blocks. You know, amino acids, and I'm speaking in reference to your hair, they are these building blocks. You understand, when it comes to protein, they're building blocks. And your hair at different times need different blocks, if that makes sense. There are 20 standard amino acids that can be combined that will be able to create protein. There are 20 of them. And they all have a unique structure and a unique function. Without me geeking out on you, I just want you to understand, like, amino acids, there are 20 standard amino acids, 20 standard amino acids. And they all have unique structures and they all have unique functions. So it's just like anything else. You take a vitamin and you trying to take a vitamin to help your circulation or whatever the case, but that vitamin is specific to maybe your liver or kidney. When you're taking things for your hair and you're using things for your hair, you have to understand what this specific amino acid is going to do for what I'm looking for it to do. If your hair is shedding, it's certain proteins that's for shedding. And when you're using protein, because amino acid is a type of protein, right? It's a component of protein. When you're using protein in your hair, it is very important to come back once you're done and you're rinsing that out of your hair, to come back with a moisturizer, because protein in and of itself has a tendency to make the hair hard. Because it's hard, because what's happening is it's depositing, it's adding protein and rebuilding broken bonds in your hair. And so just to put protein in your hair and then rinse it out, you have this, it feel kind of hard, but you have to go back in it and moisturize it, right? We'll get into that, but let me stay on task. So some amino acids can be produced by your body, and some are, we call those essential amino acids. And they're very crucial. They're crucial for building and repairing tissues in your body, let alone your hair. So amino acids, they're all through your body. Our hair naturally has a certain level of amino acids that's there. But because of what we do to our hair, because of how we treat our hair, a lot of that is removed and destroyed. We're rough with our hair. We treat our hair go through a lot. So a lot of those natural amino acids, those natural proteins, those natural keratin bonds that's already there, they're just like your body. we have iron in our body. We have vitamin C in our body, right? But because of the way we live, the lack of nutrients that we give ourselves, or whatever the case may be, the lack of nutrient that we give ourselves, a lot of times our body is lacking, not because the body is not producing it, but because we're not able to substantiate what we're doing and the adequate amount of these type of nutrients with our lifestyle. And so it's the same with amino acids. Amino acids are these building blocks for our hair. They're building blocks. They're building blocks of protein. And it's very, very important to use certain types of product. And I feel like a lot of times I feel like it's unfair, because how do you know which one is what? Like, clients have come to me over the years and they're like, Dels, I have this. They even bring it in. They have this, they have that, they have this. And I'm looking at these subpar products, and I'm like, they've been using this and it's no results. And that's the thing. When you're using something for your hair, you best to see a result after at least 3 to 4, uses. A lot of times you can't use something one time and you want to see immediate, but over like 2, 3, 4 different times consistently, you should see something. If your hair is shedding, it should slow down. If your hair is breaking, you should see it breaking less. If it's dry, it should be a little moist. And the thing is, when you're using these different types of treatments and conditioners, right, it all goes in conjunction with the way you're styling, because you can't use the best treatments and then you're taking a hot comb or a flat iron and you're burning the hair out, but you're using these great products, or you're using subpar products, but you're not using these damaging tools. So everything has to come as a cohesive effort for your hair to be better. And let me tell you something. When your hair is not right, you don't feel right. Seriously. When your hair is not in order the way you want your hair to look or feel, you don't even want to go places. Seriously. And I just want to start this conversation. I mean, we're going to have weeks and weeks and weeks of this conversation, I promise you, because it's so important. What you use for your hair, it makes a big difference. And certain types of amino acids and proteins, they're good in and of themselves, but they may not be exactly what you need for your particular situation. I have become very, very selective over the years with what I choose to put in a client's hair or not put in their hair, because I understand that a lot of times we're just being marketed a product, but it's not what we need, and it's not what I need to put on my client or use on my client. What I try to do is inform and educate my client, because a lot of times what happens, the client is not going to come to me. They're going to try to figure it out themselves. So I try to equip them, even when they're at home, what it is that you need to use, how you need to use it, how often you need to use it, because it matters. When we say self-care is the best care on this channel, your hair is you. My hair is me. Whatever I want my hair to look like, however I want to do my hair, it should be in the best condition. You may like this, I may like that. It doesn't matter. It's your own preference, but it should be done on healthy hair. It's really a sad sight to see people with this hair that's breaking constantly, continuously. And a lot of times I tell people to make sure you visit your doctor regularly and let them check your iron levels, let them check your thyroid, let them check your blood work, do your blood work, because a lot of times there are certain things going on in your body that's causing that. But oftentimes in my experience, it's the abuse of different products and different styling methods that's breaking that hair down. Is breaking the hair down. And you want braids, you want twists, you want this. And a lot of times you can get whatever you want. But if you have a stylist that's saying yes to you for everything you ask for and not considering the condition and the state that your hair is in, I think you need to have a deeper conversation with your stylist and let her know your concerns, or consider looking for a new stylist, because you need your hair to continually be built up. And your hair is going to go through different phases and different seasons, just like our body. Your hair is attached to your body. It's coming from your body. Your hair go through different seasons. And let me tell you something. When your hair start breaking and your hairline is receding and different things is going on, it makes you feel away. But it is important to have certain styling regimens for yourself. And when I say styling regimens, I'm saying whatever you want to do. If you want to wear a wig all the time, you have to know when I can wear this wig and when it's time for me to give it a rest. If I want to wear a weave, when I can wear this weave and when I need to let my hair rest. Or if I need to just change my style altogether for the time being. Is there damage done to my hair? You need to evaluate your scalp, evaluate your hair. And one of the tools that we use all the time is amino acids. We have a certain special blend amino acids that is very, very specific and can be used in different ways for different types of situations. And I just wanted to say that pay attention to your hair. I understand you don't have that time to spend with your hair. You can't be in the mirror all day. And oftentimes, if you have a good styling regimen, right? You don't have to be in the mirror all the time fighting and fumbling with your hair. You have a good stylist. You have a good regimen with your own personal regimen. You don't have to be fighting with your hair. A lot of times we're fighting with our hair because either it's not in a good condition, it's not moving the way you want to because it's out of alignment. It's off. The bonds are broken. It's brittle. It's a lack of keratin. The cuticle layer is shot. And we're going to talk about all of that. This is just an intro to our hair care series. I mean, hair care is my jam. I could talk about that. I think just as much as I could talk about self-care and it all relates. It all correlates together. So, just take from this conversation that pay attention to your hair. And when your hair is out of order, there are specific things that you need to do to bring that hair back. And a lot of times you will have to come away from your natural styling regimen because isn't that how it is with our body? Certain things happen to your body. You got to come away from everything to kind of deduce what is the problem. You have to isolate the issue. Yeah. And it's the same with our hair. And not to have you going outside looking crazy, but it's always a way that you can switch and move to a different look that's going to be suitable for you, that's going to make you feel comfortable. But let's stop styling this damaged hair. Stop styling damaged hair and avoiding it. Like your hair breaking and shedding and you just throw a wig on. Your hair is shedding and breaking and you just throw a weave in it. It's still breaking and shedding when you take it out. It's the same thing. You haven't addressed the issue. And so that's what I want to move into with this series, this hair care series. And I just wanted to start with the amino acids. Amino acids are very important to your hair. And different types of amino acids work for so many different type of hair emergencies. And it is our goal to educate you so you can understand what you need to be buying, what you need to stop using. Because a lot of us have this whole collection, this army of hair care products, and none of them are really working. It look good. It's the aesthetic of it. It looks like, it's well decorated cabinets, but it's not doing us any good. And so I want to move into that type of those type of conversations. But just stop styling that damaged hair and address the issue at hand. Find out what is going on and deal with it straight from that. Because self-care is really the best care. Your hair, that's you taking care of yourself. So I thank you again for joining us. We're going to move into these deeper conversations about hair. I can literally geek out about hair. I'm always in hair classes. I'm always learning. I've been in this industry. I've had my license since 1991. I've been effectively working in the beauty industry since 1990. I want to say from 1990 to currently. Always in the industry, some way, somehow. And I just want to share my knowledge with you and share information to help you to become better educated, to be able to care for your hair and your overall well-being. So thank you for joining us. Thank you again. Remember that self-care is the best care. Later.